Hi, everyone. My name is Alice. First of all, Alice would like to all the best to everyone. It's a pleasure to meet everyone. Sixth mass extinction happening now? Extinction is natural, and species going extinct over a long period is very common. The extinction of a large number of species within a relatively short period of geological time, thought to be due to factors such as a catastrophic global event or widespread environmental change, that occurs too rapidly for most species to adapt. A mass extinction event is when species vanish much faster than they are replaced. This is usually defined as about 70% of the world's species being lost in a short amount of geological time. Less than 3 million years. It is called a mass extinction. Life on Earth has limped through 5 mass extinction events, from an asteroid impact to huge volcanic eruptions. No humans were involved, and climate change, food shortage, etc. Many scientists now believe we're in the midst of a 6th mass extinction. As human populations have grown and become more technologically advanced, we've taken a larger toll on the rest of the natural world. We've encroached on and sometimes wiped out the habitats of other species. We've released pollutants into the air, soil, fresh water, and oceans. And we've even changed the atmosphere and climate. These changes are beginning to disrupt Earth's systems at global scales and are occurring rapidly. Because of our burning of fossil fuels, carbon dioxide levels are rising faster than they ever have at any point in Earth's history. It's no surprise then that extinction rates have risen substantially in the last 100 years. We are currently losing species at a rate far higher than normal background extinction rates, and the situation is dire. We are rapidly approaching a loss of diversity similar to that seen during mass extinctions. Biologists predict that unless we change course and begin preserving more species, within the next few hundred years, we will become the cause of Earth's 6th mass extinction. Are we living through the 6th mass extinction? We are experiencing drastic changes to our planet, including weather such as flooding, drought and extreme wildfires, Antarctic ice melting faster than ever, etc. Unlike previous extinction events caused by natural phenomena, the 6th mass extinction is driven by human activity, primarily, though not limited to, the unsustainable use of land, water and energy use, and climate change research. Humans are the cause of these changes. Since the Industrial Revolution, we have been putting pressure on nature by using its resources without supporting recovery. Land use change is continuing to destroy swathes of natural landscapes. Humans have already transformed over 75% of land surfaces and are using about 3/4 of freshwater resources. Agriculture is also a leading cause of soil degradation, deforestation, pollution and biodiversity loss. It is diminishing wild spaces and driving out countless species from their natural habitats, forcing them to clash with humans for resources or leaving them vulnerable. To make matters worse, unsustainable food production and consumption are significant contributors to greenhouse gas emissions that are causing atmospheric temperatures to rise, wreaking havoc across the globe. The climate crisis is causing everything from severe droughts to more frequent and intense storms. It also exacerbates the challenges associated with food production that stress species, while creating conditions that make their habitats inhospitable. Increased droughts and floods have made it more difficult to maintain crops and produce sufficient food in some regions. The intertwined relationships among the food system, climate change, and biodiversity loss are placing immense pressure on our planet. Soil fertility. The quality of soil is also expected to deteriorate if critical microorganisms die off. Though underrepresented in the data, some researchers believe they are potentially vanishing at a faster rate than other species. Their disappearance could lead to worsening erosion, which in turn results in more floods, as well as poorer fertility, which again impacts crop growth. Invasive species, many of which are introduced by humans, are also threatening ecosystems all over the world. Introduced species compete with local species for resources and often diminish the quality of biodiversity in the area, sometimes causing extinction. These are just some of the devastating changes caused by humans. All life on Earth is finely interwoven. This delicate balance has been established over millions of years. As one species becomes extinct, many other species are affected, putting a number of ecosystems in danger of collapsing. Naturally, extinction occurs over hundreds and thousands of years, which allows nature to slowly replace what has been lost. But humans have sped up this process to a dangerous rate. The current rate of extinction is between 100 and 1,000 times higher than the pre-human background rate of extinction, which is jaw-dropping. We are definitely going through a sixth mass extinction. Water shortages and natural disasters. A lot of the world's fresh water comes from wetlands that purify and redistribute this life source. The Himalayan water tower, for example, which is fed by rivers and wetlands, supplies about 2 billion people. If systems like these collapse, as a result of impacts including algae blooms and receding vegetation, humanity could lose a lot of water for drinking and agricultural use. As forests recede, rainfall patterns are likely to shift as evapotranspiration, the process in which moisture is returned to the atmosphere through evaporation and plant transpiration, is affected, further drying out the landscape, as has been seen in the Amazon. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization estimates that about 10 million hectares, 24 million acres of forest, were cut down annually from 2015. With the loss of trees and vegetation, fundamental regulators of atmospheric carbon dioxide, climate change is expected to worsen, triggering more extreme weather events. Drier conditions and unhealthy forests also increase the risk of wildfire. Antarctic ice melting faster than ever, studies show. Ice in the Antarctic is melting at a record-breaking rate, and the subsequent sea rises could have catastrophic consequences for cities around the world, according to many new studies. A report led by scientists in the UK and US found the rate of melting from the Antarctic ice sheet has accelerated 6 times faster in the last 9 years and is now vanishing faster than at any previously recorded time. Warns that time is running out to save the Antarctic and its unique ecosystem, with potentially dire consequences for the world. About a third of the total sea level rise now comes from Antarctic ice loss. Just under half comes from the thermal expansion of warming ocean water, and a fifth from other smaller glaciers. As well as being a major cause of sea level rise, scientists say the oceans around Antarctica are a key carbon sink, absorbing huge amounts of greenhouse gases, helping to mitigate the impacts of climate change. Could we stop a sixth mass extinction? Right now, it seems likely we are experiencing a sixth, and it is undoubtedly the result of human actions, including human-induced climate change. If we can work on reducing the negative impact we've had on the climate, then other things will also improve, such as the number of species that are currently threatened by habitat loss. The changes we need to see now can be achieved fastest by prioritizing the protection and preservation of nature. Please press the subscribe, like, click the bell. Wishing everyone all the best. Good. Bye, everyone.